Good morning. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your morning flash update. And this update is for the morning of Tuesday. And we're now at September 30th, 2025, government shutdown day. You heard what I said. There is zero chance in my mind that we won't see a government shutdown tonight at midnight plus 1 second. And the president's already come out and said probably more layoffs than people thought. So expect that to be the case. Maybe we should go first to the day's news, then we'll come right back to all this. Redbook weekly retail sales just came out very much in line with what I was talking about, up about 6% overall. 20 metro home prices for July, they were up 1.8% from the year ago month, and they were down 0.29% from the prior month. I think they were down 0.4 last time we saw that. The September Chicago PMI will be out at 8:45. The Conference Board U.S. Consumer Confidence Index will be released this morning at 9 o'clock. The U.S. jobs opening and labor market turnover. Now, that's going to be an important report. If the government shuts down, you will not get a government jobs data report coming out on Friday. And we probably will lose a lot more data that's going on. So these are things you got to pay real attention to, because you're going to be trading blind in some of this and just anticipating from the private reports that come out what the government might look like. The Conference Board, U.S. Consumer Confidence, that'll be out at 9 o'clock. We got the USDA coming out with the small grain production. That'll be coming out at shortly after that. The president gave yesterday Hamas an ultimatum to agree to a peace plan or face annihilation. My guess is they'll face annihilation. They won't turn in their arms. That's my own guess. Get ready for the U.S. government shutdown, as I said. And last, U.S. generals from around the world have flown in at a massive cost for a surprise meeting that Secretary of War, got that, not defense anymore, War, Hegseth, and President Trump will meet with in Quantico. Can you imagine if something terrible happened in Quantico? All these heads of our government and so on, it'd be a terrible event, all right? But things you got to always think about, you know, in this crazy world, you always have to be prepared. So the stock market's selling off in anticipation of what does this all mean. My prediction, it'll be a week to 2 weeks before the Congress gets their mindset and they feel they've had enough press to reach a 7 or 8 week extension. Gold and silver, they're overdue. These are froth markets. Be a bit careful here. They're getting, in my opinion, a bit overdone. Dollar down a fraction today. When we step over to energies, they're getting hit again. Energies have not given, at least on my work, a clear signal. Are they bullish or bearish? They're just doing one of these type of waves, and I can't get a handle on that. In the bonds and notes, well, traders often buy them when they're uncertain like they are right now, so pay attention to that. Bitcoin giving back about 20% of the gain yesterday. Went up $5,000 yesterday. That's quite a big rally that it saw. And in the grain market, again, I'm going to repeat, you're in the harvest. Eventually, we'll be talking harvest lows, but right now, it's full bore ahead. Mild weather across the United States in many areas, which will help that. And of course, corn might come in a little later because the longer you leave it in the field, you don't have to dry it as much. So those are things you always think about. So with that, I'm Ira Epstein. I'll catch up with one and all at the end of the day when we do our market reviews. You have a great trading day, and I'll catch up with you then.